What is the outlook for a case where there is brain damage from HIE, but baby is 1 year now and meeting all milestones? That's a question that I often hear, and if you're asking it, it probably means that your baby had an MRI showing some damage, and now as time has went by, you're trying to make sense of where do things stand. Maybe your child is smiling, rolling over, or even walking, and that part feels like a huge relief, but then there's still this quiet fear underneath all of it. What does this mean for the future, and does it change what happened to your child at birth? Let's take some time and let's talk about all of this. One of the first things that I explain to families is that HIE doesn't follow a single path. Two babies can have the same diagnosis and end up in very different places developmentally. This is why every child with an HIE injury has to be looked at as an individual. The diagnosis might be the same, but the outcomes can look completely different for children. Doctors usually classify HIE as mild, moderate, or severe, and understanding where your child falls in that range matters when thinking about what might come next in this process. So let's take some time and let's start with mild HIE. There are many children in this group who do really well. They meet their milestones and they continue to develop without any noticeable delays. That's not true for every single case, but it is true for a lot of children. And if your baby had a mild diagnosis and is doing well right now, that could be a good sign with everything. But things can feel less certain when the diagnosis was moderate or severe. And this is where I want to pause and be real with you. In those cases, even if the baby may seem to be okay right now, that doesn't mean that things will not change in the future. Some issues can take more time to show up, things like muscle tightness, balance problems, or even a diagnosis of CP or cerebral palsy. That might not become clear until 18 months or 2 years or even much later. So if your child had moderate or severe HIE and they're meeting milestones right now, that is a positive sign. But it doesn't always close the door on future needs or future diagnoses. From a medical legal standpoint, when families contact me, we're not just looking at how the child is doing at this moment in time. We're also looking at what happened around the time of delivery. Was the baby in distress? Were there delays in delivering or in starting resuscitation? Could better monitoring or faster action could have been done and could have made the difference? These are the types of questions that matter when we investigate what caused your baby's HIE brain injury. Because even if your child is doing well right now, that doesn't mean that the injury didn't happen. It just means that the full picture might be still developing. I know this can feel really confusing. It can just be a lot. You're watching your baby grow and hit milestones, and at the same time, you're wondering if something more may be coming. That tension is real, and that's why following up with your doctors and staying alert as to how your baby is progressing is so important. Even if everything looks good today, keep asking questions and keep tracking development as your child gets older. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and if you have any other questions about your baby's HIE brain injury at birth or subsequent CP diagnosis, if you have these types of questions from a medical legal standpoint, don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. You can find out more information about me in my profile. My information is there. If you're on certain apps and you're watching this video on certain apps, you can send me a DM and we can chat for a little bit about what's going on with your baby story. Or you can just wait and watch the picture that follows the end of this video. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Have a good day, everybody.